If you do business, you know that revenue and profit is completely different. You might be making sales, but anything we make is constantly going back into it. It's a constant cycle. People will see all these business on the outside. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. What's good, family? Welcome back to another video. I appreciate you so much for tuning in. If you don't know me, my name is Dami Fadun, and in this video we're going to talk about the truth about being a student entrepreneur. If you watch me already, you know that I study architecture at the University of Cambridge, St. John's College, and I'm also the founder of LUVV God. LUVV God is a Christian-based clothing brand with an associated community / non-profit. So in this video, I'm going to tell you the truth about being an entrepreneur. From the outside, most people will see entrepreneurs posting the aesthetics about your business, being at university, trying to juggle all these things all at once. We all know the image of the iceberg. People only see the peak, and then below that there's so much going on. There's so much struggle, there's so much stress, there's so much work. And if people really saw that part, would they really want that small part? So in this video, we're gonna get into all of that. Before we get started, make sure to click the subscribe button, comment, support your boy, man, and let's jump to the video. As I'm speaking, I'll be putting some clips from the latest photo shoot for the LUVV God new collection titled Flee From Sin. To get started, I'm gonna talk about starting my business. When did I decide to start? Like, starting a business was not the first thing that I thought about. Initially with LUVV God, I started it as an Instagram page where I would literally be posting Bible quotes, Bible verses every day for literally a year. In 2022, every single day, I was trying to get better at graphic design. I was really interested in graphic design. I've always been interested in graphic design. Once I started university, I started to learn all the design softwares, Illustrator, Photoshop. Naturally, my skills of design started to really improve exponentially. Started to design better graphic posters, and naturally, I felt like I could start designing clothes. It was very similar, gloves, put the graphics on a piece of clothing. But of course, it's not that simple. There's so many things that come with building a clothing brand that includes communicating with manufacturers, etc. I remember the first Easter break, I went back to Glasgow, designed the first collection. That was so tough. And everything was prepared. What really kick-started the journey was when my student loans came in. I used £800 for my student loans. I borrowed that money from my student loans to essentially invest into the business to start it off. So £800 is what started LUVV God. To get some samples for clothing, ordered a bulk order from the manufacturer, bought printers, packaging, etc. One of the benefits of being a student entrepreneur is the risk. There's not much risk, especially if you have your siblings, your parents with you. You always have them to fall back on. You're never really gonna fully go broke. You yourself might be broke, but other people in your family won't be there, and they can sort of support you in some way. So the risk right now then was not really, it wasn't a lot. So I could do that. I could take £800 for my student loans to invest in the business. Also, I was really intentional about choosing one of the richest colleges in Cambridge, St. John's College, because they are very generous with money. And I don't come from the richest of backgrounds, so I actually needed the money, lol. That was really the start of it. I'll be so honest, it was extremely difficult. In first year especially. I remember I would literally always fall asleep in lectures. People, to this day, I've got videos of me just sleeping in lectures. There's something I seen on LinkedIn the other day. Stephen Bartlett posted something called the bankrupt body budget. And this is where energy withdrawn is consistently exceed deposits. And that was me in first year, constantly tired. I was just constantly doing all-nighters, trying to design, trying to do stuff. I couldn't stay awake for a lecture that was longer than 2 hours. It was a rough time. I actually did well in first year still, but it was very difficult. Genuinely, just sleeping in most of the lectures. And I would make sure to not sit anywhere near the front, and I would sit in the corner at the back. So when I did fall asleep, I was able to lean against the wall, and sort of lecturer would not be able to see me, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it was a rough time. Me, myself, and I am the designer, I'm the photographer most of the time. The recent collection, I actually got a photographer. I'm the marketer, I'm the CEO, I'm the CFO, I'm the CTO, I'm the everything you can think of. I'm the graphic designer. The entrepreneur takes on every single role. It's very similar to YouTube where you're just doing everything by yourself. So it's not easy, especially with the added pressure of university. Don't even let me mention my degree. I study architecture. It's one of the most time-consuming courses out there. So you can imagine I'm even doing all-nighters for architecture and then I have to do all-nighters for business. It's very difficult. I'm typing up newsletters, designing posters, graphics, responding to DMs and emails and customer complaints, returns. But I do thank God that I've got my mom and my brother that actually help me fulfill the orders, because without them, if you're watching this, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you. An experience I'll never forget is last summer I had 2 internships in London. On one weekend I had to fly back to Glasgow to organise a photo shoot. That time, oh my days. I don't know why every collection I always forget how difficult it is until I start it. You're able to cope with it more, but it's just equally as difficult. Direct, photograph, the photo shoot, edit the photos, and then back to work. I'm so grateful that the clothing business is Christian based, because that is my why. Clothing brand is not to become a millionaire. I can go into finance and start earning good money. It's been over 2 years now and I'm not a millionaire. Guys, LUVV GOD makes amazing sales. We've done amazing sales, 5-figure sales in over 2 years. But we all know, if you do business, you know that revenue and profit is completely different. It's just over 2 years, so anything we make back anyways is constantly going back into it. So with profit, I don't even know how much profit I make. I have spreadsheets and stuff, don't get me wrong. But it's like, when that money comes back in, it's constantly going back in. It's literally a constant cycle. People will see all these business on the outside. Comparison is a thief of joy, man. Even me as well, I'm like, look at all the clothing brands. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. They might have all the followers, but bro, clothing brands, there's always cash flow issues. You might be making sales, but you won't always have liquid cash because it's a constant cycle. I'm not doing this for money. I'm really doing this to spread the gospel. LUVV GOD is a Jesus-focused community on a mission to spread the unconditional love and grace of God. That's really how I came to Christ myself. When I found out about grace, it's not what we do that gets us into heaven. When I found that out, it was so upside down to what I thought it was. I thought I had to be like perfect to get to heaven. Every time I sinned, I'm not going to heaven, which is just false. God's love is unconditional. It's crazy. That's what LUVV GOD is about, really spreading that message through fashion and sparking conversations about Jesus. That's my why. So that's the main thing. You need to figure out, what are you trying to do it for? What's your motivation? Can you keep going for 10 years? That is my plan. Can this keep going? Businesses that reach 5 years, that is usually the sign. If you can sustain it, that means you're doing something well. As long as, personally for me, as long as I'm not losing money, I'm Gucci, man. I'm always calculating how to break even. And as long as we're breaking even, I'm Gucci. We also try to do events. That's part of our why. Building community in Glasgow, spaces of belonging, gathering through faith. We've put on 3 events so far. And then we're doing our seed fund grant, investing in Christian-based entrepreneurs. That's the why. That's my why for LUVV GOD. If you think it's about money, start your brand and see how much money you think you're gonna make in just over 2 years. It's definitely not easy. I mentioned this briefly. Comparison is a thief of joy. It's a thief of joy, man. Yo, especially as a Christian, you would think that jealousy just disappears. Sometimes I'm just like, bro, why are you jealous, bro? I made a video during the summer how to stop being jealous. And you need to make sure you're celebrating other people. It's so easy for jealousy just to sneak into your mind. You know, I could do better. I'm better than them. You have to take that thought captive. You have to take them thoughts captive and refuse to be jealous. Genuinely, it's, I don't know why. Like, it's just like this flesh, bro. It's just stuff like that. It's just part of the flesh, and then you just have to resist it, man. Jealousy exists, and especially in the field like fashion and architecture. There's just so much comparisons, and you have to make sure that you take that thought captive, and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go further. Try avoid comparison. I want to finish off with this. You have to keep going. Can you do 5 years minimum? That is the goal. Keep showing up. Compound interest. The more you do every day, it's going to build up over time. Keep showing up every day. Even me, when I'm in university, I try to do small increments. Try to do at least 30-minute a day working on my business, whether that be editing a video, working on a new collection, responding to emails, messages. Just keep showing up every day, and over time it's gonna build up. And let me tell you, it's been just over 2 years, and in my last video, if you watched my last video, I was picked as part of the King's Foundation 35 under 35, which is insane. And I use LUVV God as part of my Cambridge University architecture dissertation. It will come together. Before these things were happening, I was like, what am I even benefiting from all this stress, even the events? But it's just sucking out money from the money we were making. Like, these events are amazing. People go home, and after like 2 weeks, I'm still out here stressing out about sending people, invoicing the guests. We had an event, created to create event. We had like guest speakers from England. Of course, we had to pay for them. We had to pay for the flights and everything. And like 3 weeks later, everyone had probably forgot about the event. We were still there trying to get the money together to pay them. 3 weeks later, after everyone had forget. So it's like, there was a point when I was like, bruh, why am I even doing this? Why am I even doing this? What's the point? But God will show up if you're faithful every single day. This is nothing to do with Christianity. This is a principle of the earth. What you sow, you will reap. What you sow, you will reap. Genuinely, it's just time, effort, consistency. Combine that together, you will get something out of it. It's a cheat code. I mean, it's not really a cheat code because it's work, but it works no matter what you're doing. Not anything. Consistency and effort. You're going to be successful in whatever you do it consistently and you put effort in, for sure. And I'm just grateful to God. Like, King's Foundation 35 under 35, just over 2 years. Shout out God. It's not in my own power. It's not in my own strength. I'm literally just trying to turn up every day. And let me tell you, it's like, I don't have a plan of what's going to happen in the next 2 months. It's just, when you take the next step comes gradually. You have to be uncertain. You can't be certain about everything. You can't have faith and be certain. The opposite of faith is certainty. If you're certain about something, then you don't need faith. You have to take risk. You need to take risk. I feel like that's one thing that I learned as well. When I started to invest in collections and start a business, don't just leave your money in your bank account for 10 years. You need to use your money to invest, build something, do something. Anyways, if you're an entrepreneur, you're not alone. Big up to you, man. You're doing amazing. Your time will come. It's very close. This is going to be consistent. I'm still in the middle of it. Day by day, just turning up. There will be struggles. But if we don't stop, we will win. I'm trying to be motivating, but in the thick of it, it's extremely difficult. I don't want to sugarcoat it, romanticize it. It's difficult. You will do all-nighters, your eyes be red, you're not alone, and keep going. It's not easy, but in a couple years from now, it could be a full-time thing, you could be winning awards, changing people's lives, you're sharing the gospel, the benefit is there. If you're a Christian as well, please, I want to encourage you to do something as well. I want you to step out in your creativity, whether that be poetry, content, painting, music, do something. It's a talent that God's given you. So that's all I want to talk about. Thank you so much for tuning in. And before I go, I'm starting a YouTube membership. So if you're looking to support your boy even further, there's going to be 3 tiers of the membership. You'll be able to get early access to videos. You'll be able to get exclusive content. I'll be doing live streams every 2 weeks with the members. You can ask questions. If you're an architecture student and you need advice with projects, drawings, CAD, etc. If you need advice with business as well, join my membership. It's literally become a family, man. I'm trying to be really dedicated with this YouTube journey. If you want to support me and my content creation YouTube journey, join this membership. I would literally appreciate it so much. I would have the ability to produce more quality content of value consistently. So please do think about joining my YouTube membership. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.
I'm feeling great. I'm excited. Flee from St. Gary's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.